Hey guys, this is Captain Daniel. I'm back to showing you guys the videos. I have so much to share, and I think this one I'm gonna actually talk about a breakup because I technically have gone through a breakup recently. It was actually just ended like last week. And, I went through all the emotions. To be honest, I would say I went through the whole anger phase for sure, and bitter phase. Am I still at the anger phase? I don't know. So I do think when you go through a breakup, right, there's kind of a couple scenarios, right? Either she breaks up with you or I break up with her. So with this scenario, I actually broke up with her first and then she broke up with me. We weren't like a serious relationship where it was like super committed, but we were heading that way, but we ended it before it kind of went there. So would I say that so she broke up with me, and I actually think in a weird way, if the girl breaks up with you, that's actually a huge, how I would say, one second, let me just fix this real quick. I would say that's a huge factor in how I would say motivating you on becoming the next man, right? So, I've been through enough of this. I would say in terms of serious breakups where I actually feel hurt and I feel like, man, like, the whole like can't sleep, think about her, see if she'll come back, looking at the text, those kind of things. I'm talking about like serious emotional investment in a girl. I would say I went to at least three, and this is kind of like my fourth one. And I usually have a process, right? And a lot of guys before back in the day though, it would all about reflection, right? It'll be reflect, think about her, and especially the times when I was doing a job I hated, I didn't really like where I was, and then she breaks up with me. That was a lot harder to overcome. What I realized why that was a lot harder to overcome was because at the time I wasn't happy being by myself, so I wasn't happy being single. I wasn't happy being alone. So with her, I was happier, and then when she ended it, it hurt me more because I felt like I was happier with her. Does that make sense? But this breakup has been, so like said, it's been a week, and obviously, if I had a lot of feelings for her, can I get it over in a week? I don't know, but to be honest, I do still think about her. I still do feel anger towards her right now, more of what happened. And as a man, it's okay to feel anger towards a person, especially a girl you broke up with. But there's a difference between feeling anger and being bitter about it, or feeling having anger and moving on. So if I saw her, is there kind of thoughts? And I'm gonna open up. Is there thoughts where I want to show up? Because she's in Dubai, right? So there's the part of me that wants to show up in a new Ferrari with a new beautiful girl, and just saying hi to her and like overlooking, like, hey, nice seeing you. I hope you're doing well. And do I part of me want her to, like, I guess, be less attractive? Yeah, there's thoughts that pass by. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say like, oh, I want her to be happier. I want all the success in her life and all that stuff. But I wouldn't say that, right? I'm not gonna be like this saint saying that I wish the best for her, because I don't. I don't want the best for her. I don't want her to meet a guy better than me and all that stuff. But there's a lot of things that where my anger where it's coming from, and I'm gonna open up to you guys, and I feel like maybe you guys can relate to this. And me, like as a dating coach, right? You would think like, how are you going through a breakup, or how'd you get a good breakup? That's the whole point, right? As a coach, we give great advice, and sometimes while we're giving advice, we don't know how to take it and take our own advice. And in this scenario, I'm actually taking my own advice, but I'm feeling all the emotions coming up, right? And I feel like me talking to you guys about them, you kind of relate to what I'm going through. So with this girl, when we broke up, like I think the main issue why I was so upset is because she makes more money than me. And I didn't think it would bother me, but one of the biggest things I'm working on right now with this YouTube and also coaching is I want to be more financially independent, but not independent because I'm already financially independent. Let me change that. Financially free, where I don't have to worry about money again, right? And I just feel like a lot of guys watching this, especially if you're watching this, that's probably something you're working on or you already have. But that's something that ever since I quit my 9 to 5 military job, which I would never go back to. But financially independence, and especially in this day and age, I feel like being financially independent is more important than ever. Where I do think now just game not enough, you need something else, and I think money there's a bare minimum. So with this girl, she made more money than me, and I feel like when we broke up, she did ghost me, and I think when she ghosted me, that bothered me a lot. I just felt like, but I felt more insecure about it. I don't know why. And I think it's because of the money thing. It's because she made more money than me. And that really, really bothers me. And I realized, when it comes to a breakup, when we're really upset at the girl. So obviously, if she cheated on you or she did something to like end it, like she messed up and she cheats, I think that's a difference. That's like a direct hit onto your confidence where at some point you have to accept the fact that you were inadequate for her, so she went to another guy. With my girl, I don't know the full story, but she might not went to another guy, but she didn't see me as a man anymore, so it's not as bad. So I know. What I'm telling you guys is I should be like, oh shoot, I should get over this because she didn't cheat on me. But I don't know 100%. I actually think there's red flags where I don't trust her 100%. But I realized why I'm so upset is because I felt like the one thing that I can't fulfill my own needs. So financially, I want to be more financially independent and free, more financially free. I felt like because you know, I don't think that's the reason why she broke up with me, but the fact that like I broke up, we broke up, it hit me very pridefully as a man. I felt like, did I end the relationship because, or did I even like her because she was more financially free than me or whatever? I don't know. I don't know what the reason is, but I felt like this one hurt my pride more, and I want to show her up more by being more financially independent because I have game, right? I feel like I could get another girl easily, and honestly, I'm not trying to be a hater, but like if I got to show the picture of her, she's not that physically attractive. And actually, recently, I found out she gained weight too. So I know that in the future too. And this is not trying to be harsh, but a woman's value, unless she takes care of herself, if she physically becomes more overweight and physically less attractive, her value goes down as a woman. That's just how the world works. It's just how it is. In normal society, a beautiful girl has more value than an ugly girl. And a ugly girl with rich money versus a beautiful girl with no money, a beautiful girl with no money will still have a better lifestyle than a unattractive girl with money because she'll have to spend it while the beautiful girl doesn't have to spend any money. This girl is not unattractive though, right? She still lives in Dubai, gets stuff for free even though she has money. But I felt like part of me felt inadequate because I don't have the money to live up to some of the guys in Dubai too. Because Dubai, there's a lot of money, right? And I feel like if she meets another guy in Dubai, he has more money, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like even with her exes had money. So I realized all this comes down to me being upset at myself. Because at this point in my age, in my 30s, I feel like I should be already there. Where that's the only thing I'm really missing in terms of pure attractiveness as a man is the financial freedom to do whatever I want. And I've been watching a lot of Andrew Tate videos and all these other guys talking about his friends that are talking about men has to have status and money like that. And I think at this point, if you want to take a lot of my students, they come to me, they're like, I want to take my game to my next level. I want to attract more beautiful women. I do think you do need game, which social skills, they're called basic social skills, right? To attract a girl through just talking. But now you do need to have that financial freedom. And I think because I'm not fully, like, I'm not broke, right? I definitely think I make enough as a white collar person who works at a white collar job and I get to do whatever I want. But I don't have that freedom to just like take care of a girl like some of these guys I've seen in Dubai do, Korea. And why that story comes up is because, so why this kind of got doubled down was recently a Korean girl that went on. So after I moved on pretty quick in terms of like I just went on a date with another girl. She told me she had choices between me and another rich guy, and the rich guy literally had that kind of financial freedom where he had a Rolls Royce and all this kind of money where he apparently told the girl he never dated a girl more than 2 weeks and made him his girlfriend because of the financial security he just had. And I still wasn't able to outgame him for only just 3 days because we went on like a trip together 3 days. But I was like, after, she gave me a little attitude where I was like, hey, I'll buy you for her plane tickets. But she's like, and I kind of gave her a condition about stuff. I was like, hey, I don't want to just like be this second option. And she's like, well, then I don't need to go. I could just pay for my own plane ticket. So, and obviously I was taking her to a nearby country, which is cheaper than let's say Europe. So she didn't have to spend a lot of money. And I could tell the way she just like disrespected me, that hurt me even more. And I realized right now my inner game has taken a toll because I could tell that, maybe it's my own head, but I feel less attractive because I feel inadequate in this one part of my life. Like I literally have my physical health at my shape. I have the best game that I've ever had. I have everything else, but because I'm not financially free in my eyes, right? Because the level of financial freedom is, yeah, you're right. I want a penthouse suite. I want a nice car. I want to take care of my family. I want to say a nice car, but like enough money to never worry about money again, buy whatever I want. I don't have that yet. And I feel like as a man, like, I was watching this video where this girl said she wants a guy to at least make six figures. He wants to be over 5'8" at least. or at least 6 foot or something, and blah blah blah. And he told the girl, "There's only like how many percentage of American men do you think actually have that?" And she said, "Oh, at least 40%." And he said 1%. So what I realized is I need to first stop being so hard on myself, right? Because I'm truly trying to become, and I am going to be a 1% male, right? And a lot of you guys are watching this, and you're on that journey too. That's why you're watching this video. But I think, be hard on yourself, because I know there's a lot of videos saying, be hard, you suck, and they talk a lot of crap and try to anger you into it. But there's some point where it took me a toll, and I was like, man, like, why am I not there yet? Why am I not a 1% male yet at the age of 30s I am? And, there's some people already there, right? But, like, this shit is hard. And, like, there's some people with just that mentality to get it right away. Like, for example, Andrew Tate, him and his brother, they fucking got it right away. Me, it's taking a little bit of time, and I need to change that mindset. But I have my own life circumstances and my own upbringing where, that mindset hasn't been hardened. So I'm finding ways to harden it, finding faster ways. But I think it's okay for you guys to be angry, but also be a little bit softer on yourself, right? Not saying being total soft, but like, because I'm going through this right now. I just went through a breakup. I can see my insecurities pile up. I can see my inner game getting lowered. That's why I'm going to actually go to an island and just train my muscles, get even more jacked, because I know that's something I could reap right away. And in terms of money, find ways to make more money. In the end, I'm just doing it. And I think the biggest thing I also learned during this breakup too is just every single day, no matter how bad you feel, do what you got to do to make yourself better. So it could be going to the gym. It could be working on your business. You can't nowadays. I feel like now, because the competition is so high, where there's so many guys who are just becoming richer, becoming better looking, becoming more jacked, and all this stuff, you can't just take the foot off the gas pedal. You actually have to keep driving, even if it's like, 5 miles per hour to 10 miles per hour to 50 miles. Some people just go faster. They could just push through this stronger. You might not be able to, but just don't take your foot off the gas. And I think that's something I learned during this 1 week. I'm already like, hey, don't take. I mean, you might be slowing down. Before I was going straight ahead. Don't take it. And maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe I will be in Dubai with the penthouse suite there, or personally. But I even started questioning myself: do I even want to go to Dubai? Do I want to live in Dubai? And I kept on saying, do I not like Dubai because I don't have the money and blah blah blah. So you can see my insecurities even on this video piling up, right? But I think while I'm talking to you guys, I have this reflection. I feel the calmness that everything's gonna be all right. I think that's the biggest thing through a breakup too, right? Keep doing what you're doing, right? Now I'm gonna sum it all up. What are the 3 best ways to get over a breakup? First one is keep doing what you're doing to improve yourself, right? So even during the relationship, if you've been watching my video, you should have been improving yourself. So you should have been improving yourself as a man, your career, physical, everything, improving your sexual market value, no matter what. Even if you guys got committed, that's number 1 rule. But number 2, I would say don't ever, don't be so hard on yourself too, right? Let yourself go through the breakup without taking your foot off the gas pedal. Like, feel it, right? And don't say, you're so stupid, you haven't been there yet, you're not even making money, you're not even jacked, you're so fat. So, and to add to that, I would say a part of the breakup's easier if you're already on your way to being a 1% male. So, for example, I was telling one of my friends that one of the reasons that I love having a nice body is, like, no matter how bad the breakup is, I could look at my body and be like, yo, my body's still jacked. My body is still one of the 1%er. And I look at my body, I'm like, oh shit, like, you're still one of the 1%ers on your body. You might not be in terms of money, you might not be in terms of status, but in terms of your body, you are, like, there's not a lot of people who walk around who look like me, right? In terms of body. So I'm like, shit, like, at least work on your body. Don't lose that. So I think every time you go through a breakup, right, have something you're prideful in and be grateful about that, right? Be grateful and be prideful in whatever you have now that made you attractive for her to have her. And then, you go working on the next. And so the third option of getting over breakup is figure out what your insecurity is. For me, obviously, with the girl with the breakup, I could tell it was money, and that's why I was so upset, because she made more money than me and all that stuff. And I realized the biggest thing I'm telling myself is, figure that out and actually improve yourself on it. Use that anger, whatever negative feeling you have, to propel you forward. I do think, anger is one of the most strongest emotional forces to push you in a certain direction. So it could push you down a negative spiral or a positive spiral. But what it does, I think it really pushes you to a positive spin if you push it to it, if it helps you propel. Because I don't think any emotion is really negative, right? If you really think about what's a truly negative emotion, depression, I don't think that's an emotion, right? So whatever you think is negative, the world says is negative. Oh, anger is bad, sad's bad. No, like it's still an energy force, right? And I feel like if you could use your energy for sadness, people think sadness makes you immobile. I mean, you're crying, right? You're still watching movies, right? Like if you're gonna, instead of watching a sad movie, figure out a way to like, I remember one of my other friends got their breakup too, but he was like using his energy on negative songs. And I remember the song I turned, the breakup song, was like "I Don't Fuck With You" by Big Sean, right? That gives you that positive force. Yeah, it's still a breakup song, but it gives you more of a positive energy and it shifts you to a more positive direction than going the other way. Because if you go the other way in a breakup, guys, it's not going to take you anywhere. You're just going to become fat. You're just going to become less attractive. While she, even if she becomes overweight, even if she becomes kind of like, especially if she's in her prime, she's going to always have options. You're not. So you have to keep working on yourself no matter what, whatever you go through. So I hope this video helps, guys. And, I'm going to make everyday posts about how this journey is going for me in terms of getting over this breakup. But I would say I'm getting over, because I'm not getting over her. I don't want to go back to her at all. I'm just going to let go. I think letting go of this breakup and moving forward, right? How do I use this to propel forward? Because this is going to be an interesting journey in terms of like, finally I have all my game experiences, all my reference experiences, and I'm going to use this to propel myself even further. And I realized this time I am not taking a step back. I always tell you guys, did I ever tell you guys this? But I said, take a step back to move 2 steps forward. In escalation, I actually talk about that. Take a step back, 2 steps forward. But why not don't take a step back at all and just move 3 steps forward? Then you'll be a lot farther ahead than you were there before. So that's my new mindset. Instead of like, hey, like, why take a step back? Yeah, this was a breakup, but honestly, it's not like something really terrible. And then while I'm talking to you guys, I could hear myself talking and say, oh, she didn't cheat on you. She didn't do something crazy. So I'm going to move forward from this and take 3 steps forward and really push myself further from this. So hope that helps, guys. It's been a really pleasure talking to you. Captain Daniel,